First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Tonight on WUFT's First at 5, Celebration Point continues to grow, but a decision made earlier today could very well change the future of the area.
Plus, we are now learning new details about a high-angle rescue of a man who was working at a complex under construction on University Avenue.
That's our top story. Good evening, I'm Maria Roberts.
And I'm Carla Robina. Thanks for joining us.
A normal day's construction work took a dangerous turn when a construction worker fell on the job.
WUFT's Valerie Lyons was at the scene and joins us now to tell us more on the accident.
Maria, Carla, construction work is no easy task, and when you're working dozens of feet in the air, any misstep can be dangerous.
The families of the victims of the Parkland shooting are joining together in an effort to keep Broward County's former sheriff from getting his job back. Each of the families who spoke lost a child in the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Governor Ron DeSantis removed Scott Israel as sheriff, citing training and response concerns about the tragedy and an earlier shooting case at the airport. Today's vocal opposition comes as the Florida Senate prepares to vote on reinstatement.
Like I said, if there was one deputy that failed and it was only the SRO, maybe he was a coward that day. But 9 different deputies, not just rank and file, sergeants, lieutenants, captains, all the way through the leadership, that shows systemic lack of training and lack of leadership starting at the top. He does not deserve his job back.
The special master who heard evidence for Israel's appeal is recommending reinstatement. The Parkland families plan to travel to Tallahassee on October 21st for the Senate vote.
Proponents say it could be a game changer for Gainesville, a center to tap into amateur sports tournament, business, and host other events.
Alachua County commissioners held a special meeting today to talk about the idea. WUFT's Nicole Rogers joins us now from the newsroom after listening to the discussion.
County commissioners heard
It's been so hot, I can't believe it's fall.
I know, I wonder if it's going to get chilly. WUFT's Nicole Zangara joins us now from the Weather Center.
Well, the good news is we're going to get some much.
Thanks, Nicolette. With Florida's fall almost in full swing, some would say it's pumpkin time. A local pumpkin patch is donating all its proceeds to those in need. At Pie, a pumpkin feed a child pumpkin patch, 100% of the profits go towards serving others. From pumpkins to pumpkin bread to Guatemalan coffee, whatever you buy helps a child. The proceeds support those in North Central Florida, the Navajo Nation, Guatemala, Venezuela, and now the hurricane-ravaged Bahamas.
Our goal every year is to do more than we did last year. So, I don't know that we put like a financial number up there, but we just want to impact the most people, the largest amount of people we can.
The patch is located off Northwest 39th Avenue and Northwest 69th Terrace in Gainesville. The organization is tied to Gainesville Church of God.
A dozen Democratic presidential contenders will take this debate stage in Ohio tonight.
This is the 4th debate of the campaign season, and it could be a little bit different than previous debates, with new issues on the table led by impeachment.
The Democrats travel to Ohio looking for clarity and some way to pare down a crowded field.
And on Tuesdays, we catch up on political news.
WUFT's political reporter Audrey Mostek joins us now.
Alachua County is already planning for the 2020 elections.
Thanks, Audrey. The weather in Gainesville is always so unpredictable.
Yep, let's check back in with Nicolette to see if we need to bring our sweaters out for the rest of the week. Nicolette, what does this week have in store for us?
Well, like I said earlier,
Thanks, Nicolette. The Gators had a tough loss against rival LSU this weekend.
You can't dwell on that for too long, however. WUFT sports reporter JT Santos has more.
Carla, Maria, even with that tough loss, the Gators have a tough stretch of games they really need to focus on. Now, Maria, Carla, I know the Gators lost this weekend, but it was really cool to see a lot of Gator fans go and support them in Baton Rouge. You guys have any stories from this weekend?
So I personally wasn't able to go to the game in Death Valley, but I think Carla was actually.
I did. I went to New Orleans, and the Gator turnout was pretty incredible.
Really,
Yeah.
It's really cool supporting the team, especially with this year. We're looking pretty good.
We are.
Thanks, JT. Nearly 24 witches and warlocks swapped out their broomsticks for paddle boards in the Florida Keys.
The coven set off into the sunset to celebrate the October full moon.
A Florida Keys resident created the Full Moon Witches Paddle after proposing the idea to friends on Facebook. The witches and warlocks made stops at Banana Bay Resort and Marina before ending at the Middle Keys' iconic Faro Blanco Resort Lighthouse. Before we go, one last check on the weather. Thanks, Nicolette. BBC World News is next, and the PBS NewsHour is coming up at 7.
Our news team will bring you another show tomorrow at 5, but your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. Have a good night.